Silo, and once more, let us go into the breach. Now, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Tamara Lich, or Lick. She's one of the Freedom Convoy organizers, and she's talking about going to jail. The reporter is asking her about going to jail. So, and I want to talk about this, but I want to play this first.
More amusing little anecdotes you share in the book is that when you went to jail, one of the first things they did was offer you a vaccine.
Yes.
Which I think probably is a sign of the times in more ways than one. But you have a trial coming up in September. You and Chris Barber are co-accused on this, and currently the Crown has shown no sign of relenting on this. Are you expecting to go back to jail? Are you expecting to be convicted? Are you going in with that same hope you had going into the convoy, that truth will prevail?
I think there's always hope. I don't know what to expect anymore. We don't have a justice system in Canada, Andrew. We have a legal system. Because if there was any justice, Chris and I wouldn't be in this situation. But, so I don't know what to expect. I'm hopeful. I feel like the truth will prevail, but there's always that chance, you know?
And that's the important thing to remember, is that she's right. There's a legal system. The tyrants will say, well, this is the law. Now, not that they don't have a right to protest, they do, but they'll make something up. They'll talk about, well, they had Nazi flags. They had Confederate flags, which they did not. That's been proven over the last couple of years, that the Freedom Convoy had no such thing. Those guys just drove across the country. But they'll always make it seem like they have the right, the government has the right to do this, because what people like her and her colleagues were doing is criminal. And they have the right to go in there and shut it down. And that's the law. Okay. Not justice. Not justice whatsoever. In Germany, before World War II, there was, legally you could discriminate against Jews and others. Okay. Legally. That doesn't mean it's just. So Justin Trudeau and all the people in Canada, all the liberals in the government, they could say all they want. The fact is that they are the ones that are overreaching, and they have done so, especially with the Freedom Convoy. People who have very, very legitimate beefs, and it used to be that however you want to protest, whether you want to walk over a bridge in Alabama, protesting against the Jim Crow laws of the South, whether you want to march on Washington, D.C., every year in January in the pro-life march to pray that Roe versus Wade gets overturned. In other words, these people, would call you a terrorist. Justin Trudeau, the American left, they would call you and people like her, people like Tamara, a terrorist. And you want to know something? God bless her. She says, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see what happens. I would hope that the good people of Canada are going to do something, including those who call themselves conservative in Canada, to make sure that this woman and Chris Barber do not go to jail. Do not go to jail.
Hey guys, stay up to date with all of our